What is up, Quill Crew? Welcome back to Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. Last time, we got a gun. And we found we also found our old mansion. Home, manor, whatever you want to call it. Ooh, we have different outfits now. Oh god, this one. I'm gonna stick with this outfit for this episode. I might go with different outfits each episode, screw it. Make it more funny. Give me a second hand. Remember the day we first came here? Found out that pretty much most of our stuff was sold off. And we also got to go into our childhood room.
Oh, it reminds me of our neighbour. He had the same balloon in his yard, only bigger. Do you remember?
Yes. We visited him several times while living here. Cannot believe all my toys are still here.
Hey, they were not just yours, they were half mine too.
An artifact from Palau carved out of bone and claimed to be 300 years old. My mother proved it was a fake. My very favourite plaything. It was the perfect pirate treasure.
Coal dust from Miner's End, sandy dirt from the old city. We scoured the island top to bottom for these soil samples.
Need to repeat this one day, but with bullets. This brings back memories. We used this old diary to keep track of our adventures. I think it was my father's. One of John's first pictures. I think this was supposed to be Mycroft. He really has improved his skills since then. John, do you think we can visit some of the places mentioned in the diary for old time's sake?
Why not? Nothing like a stroll down memory lane. Note down the places you'd like to visit and I'll add what I remember of them.
Oh, these must be the notes of my earliest observations. We wanted to locate a particular dog we'd spotted, and we met it, didn't we? The first chemical laboratory I ever made. I almost miss its elegant simplicity. Look at this, John. Remember how desperately I wanted to learn the violin? I never had a proper opportunity.
Such a shame. I always hated the rule about being silent in this place.
A magnificent tool made for a spurious purpose, staring into the sky. I've definitely found a better use for it.
You mean for spying on people? This time I was first to pick beds. This one's mine now.
Interesting. What's that over there? This doorknob has a cross-shaped end. Too intricate to be merely a handle.
You know what? That definitely looks like a key. Let's poke around and see if we can find any secrets.
So many pleasant evenings were spent here with the Encyclopedia Americana. The only fiction book on my table. I can still hear my mother reading it to me.
Ooh, okay. I think it would be right here, wouldn't it? It's a dresser, is it not?
Perfect match. Made of cherry wood, Father's favourite. Still has a faint odour of tobacco, one of the few things on this island that smell like home. My small archive of crime clippings. Maybe I should pick up this habit again.
I knew you'd find it in no time.
So we have friends. There we go.
Wasn't that neighbour missing a finger?
That does sound vaguely familiar. Wasn't his name, Theodore? Theodore Gilden, perhaps?
It's the perfect time to investigate.
We're going to need to spruce this place up sooner than later. Maybe for episode 4. There's a balloon.
That wretch Goliath would murder us all. Mark my words.
As if they were struck by a battering ram.
I wonder how we managed not to hear any of this. It's as if a storm went through here.
Destruction and trampled ground. Destruction and trampled ground. Oof, a contortionist you were not. Disjointed vertebrae. Difficult to say if it was a way to start or finish him off. A missing pinky. Middle-aged. It's none other than Theodore Gilden. A belt from a dressing gown. Curious. A kneecap reduced to splinters.
Oh boy, Sherlock. Another death means another question.
And we shall answer the question. It's far too interesting to give it up to the police. A coal gas tank. Enough to pump up an airship. A sailor's knife useful for cutting wet and thick ropes. It's seen a lot of use. The blade is worn from grinding.
Ooh.
Fresh signs of impact. A rough landing led to an altercation with this shed.
Find out what this is for shortly, probably. There's a connection somehow. There's toys here. Oh. What are you doing laying on the ground?
This is quite comfy.
A royal suite for a favourite pet.
Plenty of food to satisfy even the most fastidious.
Elephant footprint, oh boy.
Poke the elephant with this? Really? People are hopeless.
A strong pull broke this leash. A pool of blood and saliva, possibly as a result of impact.
Sherlock, take a picture of the footprint. It's valuable evidence. This photograph can help us find the old article about the elephants. The front page was fascinating. It was hard to believe as a child.
True. We may need it in our investigation.
Would it be here? I don't think I can fast. Being said. at the first left turn. It's left. Got it. Okay. Oh, there was a fast travel point. Look at that. Okay, good. Perfect. Alright. There'll be a fast travel point right here. Let me just go over here, because there's horses. That could mean it's a fast travel point. Let's see. It is. Oh, it is! Look at that. Alright. Let's see. Is this what I'm looking for?
Stop the presses. Who is Cordona's handsome stranger? Or Nosebaggerspun's local life? Wait, no. Foppish foreigner hides dark past. Oh, you've made quite the impression already, Mr. Holmes. You care to tell your side of the story?
I'm quite certain I have no idea as to what you refer, and I am further certain I have no interest in indulging your gossip.
Gossip? The truth will come out, but will only be heard if told well. Scandal, daring-do, romance. These are the tools of every good journalist. Nothing travels faster or lasts longer than a great story. Young man, your tale will be told with or without you. My readers demand it.
You already knew my name and seem aware of my doings here in Cordona. I presume this newspaper is your little endeavor?
Yasmin Sertel, editor-in-chief of the Cordona Chronicle. Advocate of the free press, voice of the people, scourge of the silk stocking.
Charmed, I'm sure. As an advocate of the free press, I trust you'll permit me to consult your archives? There are gaps in my knowledge of Cordona.
Oh, so my work does have merit. Well, I think we can strike a bargain. I shall provide you access, and you let me keep writing about your exploits.
So be it.
Brooding bachelor builds bridges. Now that's character development.
I guess I owe you my gratitude.
What can I say? I've always enjoyed working with the Holmes. They whisper such interesting things.
Okay, well, first up, it was front page. Written by a journalist. Oh, okay.
That's the article. Feeling old already?
I can't fast. No, I cannot. Okay. We don't have enough information to start building up a case yet. We should probably go back to the crime scene. Alright, have to go down this way now. Yes, we can put up a scene now. Perfect. Perfect. We're good. Okay, let's do that. Alright, let's get closer. Okay. Okay. Okay, well that seems about accurate, but what are my other choices here? Nope.
In a fit of rage, the elephant broke the chain and threw its victim on the ground with a fierce power. Escaping the scene, it pulled the body with it, but dropped it at the gate. At least some of this was witnessed by a third party who was hurled against the shed. The elephant can't have gone too far. I can still track it.
Well, suppose you find it. Then what? Push it all the way back to the manor?
I need sarcasm right now, John. Come on. Ow, right. Okay, maybe one of you find people and know what's going on.
Oh, where's it?
Help me, please.
That's a question I can answer.
Oh, thank you. The Greek bridge. So it's over this way.
Nice to see you.
The elephant ran over this bridge. Depending on the foundation, it can probably hold itself up.
The elephant barged into this cart of olive oil.
What if we're lucky and he slipped and fell somewhere along the way? This elephant is quite clumsy.
Do you know anything about this?
You shouldn't have left your mansion. You won't get any answers from me.
Where was your cart, Shark?
Okay, hear me out. If an elephant falls in the forest and there's no one around to...
John, no.
Oh, you're such a killjoy.
This way? Okay.
Strange. It was hung with care. The game has escaped us for now. We'll find a solution to the elephant problem later.
Yeah, as you can see, if you go too far into the water, the screen starts to get all wonky. I'm just gonna have fast travel, it's gonna be faster. Side. I have to do the front door.
You. Who are you?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. Theodore Gilden was...
Did you kill him? Did you kill the elephant?
It's not in the yard anymore. It escaped into the forest.
You can't let it go. What if it returns?
I highly doubt that, Miss...
Imogen Gilden. Please, I beg of you, find that dreadful beast that killed my father.
I suppose we do need to learn what happened. Can you tell me what happened? From the very start.
I was here, so I didn't see how it began. My father visits the enclosure every morning to wake up Goliath. Today, I heard the elephant scream. I've never heard such a horrifying sound. My heart stopped. I knew something was wrong. I looked through my window and saw how it lifted my father up by his neck. I rushed downstairs. I saw it dragging my father as if he were a doll. I threw stones at it. It dropped my father's body and charged outside, screaming. Its roar was almost human. I was frightened, so I ran inside and hid here.
That is a terrifying experience, Miss Gilden. I'm sorry you had to go through it.
Thank you. Goliath must be caught, Mr. Holmes.
Well, thank you for the information, Miss Gilden. I did have some questions for your father. Perhaps you might help me with them?
I wasn't privy to much of my father's life, and it's very hard to think of anything at all with Goliath still loose. Please, Mr. Holmes.
Very well. Do you mind if I ask you more questions if I find anything that might help?
Anything to catch that monster.
Miss Gilden, I was on this island 10 years ago, and your father knew my mother. I believe I even had the opportunity to ride that balloon outside, but I do not recall seeing you.
I lived at my late mother's in Sheffield at the time. I'm in no spirit to reminisce right now. The elephant is out there.
You've never heard the name Violet Holmes before? Perhaps your father...
Please, Mr. Holmes. With that beast roaming free, I can't think of anything.
Very well. Had Goliath been aggressive before?
It's dangerous, but it was never aggressive near my father. My father would do anything for Goliath. All the elephant had to do was clap its ears.
You envied him, the elephant, I mean?
Our house is called the House of Ivory. I've heard some people refer to me as the Ivory Girl, and my room stinks of the animal, as if it's me who lives in a pen and not Goliath. It's not envy, Mr. Holmes. It's just incredibly difficult to live like this.
Did you observe anyone else in the yard? Any of your servants, perhaps?
Servants? Do you imagine that we would have any with Goliath? No one wishes to work in this house, even for double pay. I didn't see anyone else. Only my father and that diabolical beast.
I got something in my eye.
Who's a cute bird?
False idols? Oh, sounds utterly dreary. She packed as much as she could carry. The same dull poses on all romantic photographs. So idyllic. Enjoy your happily ever after before it stales.
Hey, Sherry, we need to talk. You found false idols. We need to find the remaining two.
What does bazooka even mean? Would this paper be good for anything but blowing one's nose on?
They're not rubbish, Sherry. There's something more. I'm serious.
Very well. I doubt it'll be worth it, but I will find them for you, John.
You'll thank me later. They're some of the most imaginative books I've ever read.
What What did you say?
Speaking aloud helps me think. The nicest spot in the room. Mr. Gilden spent hours of his life right here.
Staring at an elephant's backside. What a wonderful life.
What's so special about this place? Another elephant? A catchy title. A partnership annulled with a single stroke of a pen. I should take a photograph of the plans. I don't want to carry them around. A relatively functional choice to replace the finger. I think they were closer than you and me, John.
I'm hurt.
Oh, the pungent stench of an animal.
Did Theodore seek some pink elephants with this?
I think Miss Gilden has barely matured. Quite the spectrum, from the history of the Roman Empire to conspiracy theories of the French Revolution. Mother. It's nice to see her young and smiling. From before Mycroft was born, our family loves to prod at the past.
Holmes's desire to rake up the past is hereditary.
Ooh, okay, here we go. Here's a paper.
His second child, an apparent son and heir, I'd say.
Looks eccentric and smells eccentric.
A. Swift, is this name familiar to you? Your father had it removed from this plan.
Oh, that's Arthur Swift. I've seen him a couple of times here. He works with my father in the old city, digging up something ancient.
He is an archaeologist?
That's the word, yes. But to be truthful, I really don't think Mr. Swift is fit to be one. I've just learnt a lot about archaeology from my favourite book series. Oh, they are page-turners.
Inspirational, I'm sure, but would you happen to know where this Mr. Swift might be found?
I don't. But perhaps you can find out somewhere. My father's work with him is all official. Lots of boring legal papers with signatures and stuff.
And, which part of the elephant is in here? It's quite pungent.
Oh, that. It's elephant sweat. Father believed that it might replace traditional ambergris.
Well, that's true entrepreneur spirit. How can you read something like this? It's hard to swallow, and that's not due to the hard cover.
You're hardly serious. Any library without Nabe and Laura is incomplete. If you can read, then these books are an absolute must. Love and adventure. They're about life.
Oh, I wasn't aware that exploding pyramids were a part of daily life on Cordona.
You haven't seen life, so you might try reading about it at least.
I found this. Who's this young lad next to you, your faithful knight?
Paul. He's my pirate. He's not really a pirate. I just call him that. It probably sounds very silly.
Your secret is safe in my hands. Does Paul work somewhere? What is his surname?
His name is Paul Perks. He and his yacht Whirlpool are the champions of the Salacia Yacht Club. He sails there. I'll show you where it is on the map if you need to meet him.
A yachting champion? Oh, well, that will be a first. I prefer dry land. And so does my suit. These bags of yours, it looks as if you've packed your entire room. Were you planning on going somewhere?
My partner and I, we wanted a change, a fresh start abroad. But now I have to stay here. Here, an orphan.
Gosh, what a mansion.
We do have a fast travel point now. Fantastic.
Murderer on the loose! A reward offered for any information as to Mr. Galici. Interested in some Cordona news? Check the front page. You won't regret it.
What I like about this game is like the mystery aspect of it. Like you have motor cases and you have to figure them out. I gotta keep going. Okay. Gotta find someone to ask about this. But oh, hello. This is the yacht area, so might as well give it a whirl.
Can I ask you a question?
That's a question I can answer.
So this would be the workshop if we're going off of that south is going down, because this is the yacht club. And that's south. On a compass at least, so. Christ, John, you scared me.
The Champion's Whirlpool. Pool's bread and butter.
I don't know what we should be looking for. So these big doors don't seem to mean anything. Yep, okay.
A foghorn to navigate and warn others at sea.
You should have a warning to cover your ears. We can become pirates and show them what should be stored in here.
Sails of hatred. I suppose there is something for everyone, including champions.
Who knew archaeology could be so exciting?
Exciting is certainly a word.
Locked.
Bloodied bandages. Has someone been hurt?
Where would a champion hide a key?
I hope Paul is more skilled at yachting than he is at hiding keys.
Let's give me a piece of resistance. Oh boy.
A box full of darts. Each has a needle and can be loaded with drugs. Shipbuilding, shipwright's tricks, sail weaving. An expensive set of tools for woodwork. An amateur wouldn't know how to use these. Mr. Gilden wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty. To earn big, you have to spend big. Additional earnings to sweeten the victory. An interesting place for a message to a champion. Old betting slips. Paul always bets on Whirlpool. One victory after another. Bloodied bandages. Undeniably psychotropes. Not for toothache, I think. A typical tea tin. I wonder what he has for biscuits.
Oi! Hands off my possessions before you lose your fingers. Are you illiterate? The rules are written everywhere.
Ah, Mr. Perks, the cabin boy himself.
Champion, you mean? I was right. You are illiterate. I think a couple of shiners might teach you. One last chance. Who are you?
I'm Sherlock Holmes, a friend of our mutual acquaintance, Miss Imogen.
Look, you artichoke. Imogen has no friends. Except for me.
If you must try to insult people, it's better to know the meanings of the words that you're using.
You fancy you could teach a sailor to swear? Go ahead. Show me how inventive you are.
Stand still for a moment. I'm impressed by how well a woman can handle a yacht and endure so many hardships on the open sea. The revelation of your nature could well humiliate so many rich men here. Not to mention how you have broken the rules. But I understand. You've done this to forge a real career in the sport. But tell me something. Has no one asked you why you don't grow a beard?
Shh! Have you been following me? You better not be wanting to end my career, because I swear you'll regret it if I get outed.
Damn you, Paul. I'm sick of... Who's this peacock? Does he know who I am?
I definitely know who you are not. You're not a dictionary reader, at least. I wanted to see how you... pals interact with each other in your natural habitat. But I'm afraid I have to interfere.
I'm coming for you. I'm coming.
Oh, God.
Too simple.
Coming.
Don't bother moving. You've lost. Too simple.
The snuff's ready.
Not that easy.
Won't work this way.
I'm coming.
You can overcome the brute now.
I'm coming for you.
Don't cry, you'll live.
Oh, twice.
Time to knock this guy out. Weaken him first.
I'm coming for you.
Oh my god, load the bullet!
Dodge this! It won't work this... I'm coming.
Yeah, okay, we'll finish this next time, alright? See you guys then. Actually, yeah.
Give him the pepper snuff.
Alright, now I have it. I stopped for a minute, so I had
Too
some
simple.
time. Okay. Alright guys, that's enough for this episode of Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. Next time, we will finish this fight, alright? See you guys then.